Another day, another early start. It's about 6 a.m. Right outside the La Plata trailhead. Today I'm going to be hiking La Plata Peak. For a full hike review of La Plata Peak, check the link below. It's middle of April. Just getting outside by myself and getting a little dose of nature, which is much needed right now. So this hike is pretty accessible year-round. The trailhead is right off of the main road here. I think it's 82 that goes over to Independence Pass, and yeah, just a solid hike. So it's going to be about 9 miles, and essentially what I'm going to be doing today is taking a mix of the summer route and then the winter route, and I'll point that out along the way. But yeah, it should be a beautiful day. Snow is called for the afternoon, so trying to keep it moving and beat that snow. Once you cross the vehicle bridge, you're going to be on this road here. You'll reach this green sign, and then you'll see immediately on your left the start of the trail. So take a left here. Clearly, by the lack of tracks here, I'm going to be doing some trail breaking today, which hopefully is not going to be as bad as it seems on paper. Man, this is like sketchier than it should be. But anyway, you're looking for this bridge, and then you're going to continue right once you cross it. It looks like this coyote had the same idea as the trail I'm using right now. I'm really glad the tracks are going the opposite direction, because they're pretty fresh. They're definitely from this morning. I am about a mile into the hike, and we've really gained like almost no elevation. So that'll just kind of put things in perspective. It's only about, 4 miles to the summit, 4.5 maybe. And after a mile of hiking, we've gained about no elevation, and you still have 4,500 feet to go. So after the first mile, things are going to kind of ramp up, pun intended, in terms of difficulty and elevation gain. Right around 10,800 feet right now, and it's hard to tell where the normal summer trail went, but this is where you're going to want to veer off and start going up. So essentially you're going to be wanting to go east up this steep hill here, and the reason you want to do that is because it's going to get you out of a situation where you're having to deal with a ton of really high avalanche prone terrain. So this is definitely not a real trail. It's only in the winter. It's used really to access the North Colors over there. Obviously, if there's a path, follow it, and you'll just want to use that even if it's not exact. It's better than breaking trail up this really steep stuff. If there's not a path, boy, good luck. You're gonna have a really tough day ahead of you. But essentially, again, you want to break trail up this hill that I just showed you, and then I'll show you where you want to go from there if there is no trail. Finally, cracking tree line. Man, it's pretty. Weather's turning out to be better than I thought so far. About 11,300 feet right now, and I guess it's a good time to talk about gear. So this GPS Garmin InReach, I've been using a ton today because it's just not very apparent on where to go, and I want to make sure I'm staying safe and out of avalanche terrain as much as possible. So down here in the trees, it's not a big concern, but it is something to definitely still be aware of. And so I've been really relying on my my map here. As you can see, we're gonna go south back towards La Plata Peak again. And I guess now is a good time to talk about all the winter gear I use. So obviously I got my wind layer on, I got my base layer on, and then some other on top of that. I got my watch, snowshoes. For this hike, you can check out all the winter gear I use in the links below. But for this hike, you're probably going to need snowshoes. You're probably going to need either hiking poles or mountain axe, some kind of stability. You're definitely going to need micro spikes, and gaiters are probably good as well. I have goggles as an optional thing, but I don't think I'm going to need them today. And then, of course, in the summer, tons of protection from the sun because it is very exposed once you get up on the ridgeline there. Wow, this is insane. So, still working my way up those same slopes I showed you before. And really, it's just bushwhacking. I've been kind of able to follow the skin track on and off, but it's so windblown with the new snow that I lose it. So I'm just following my GPS. So absolutely crucial to have GPS if you're gonna go do La Plata in the winter. It's just not even an option because there's no trail. And even if there's a pretty well-established path to follow, it's so easy to lose because there's no trail. So you're trying to figure out where someone else went, which can be tough. Yes. All right, I never thought I'd make it here, but finally at the point where I was trying to get to from that damn hill. So from here, you just want to kind of go up this way. So you can kind of stay low, you can stay high, whatever really you feel is best or the conditions dictate. When the snow is not here, this is going to be super messy, loose nastiness. So try to hit it when there's still snow. Once you've kind of gained here, you're just going to take this ridge up all the way that way. But as you can see, I'm definitely breaking trail right now. Just insanely beautiful up here right now. Holy crap. So nuts. Not going very good. This is terrible loose snow here. All right, popped on the micro spikes and got the mountain axe out, and I think I'm just gonna try to boot it up this. The snow looks pretty decent, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. I decided to go up that snow slope and cut over, and got to a point where I was just sinking like up to my waist in the snow. It's just ridiculous. So I cut back over to the left, and now I'm kind of back where I originally wanted to be. So I'm just kind of working up this now. We'll see how this rock is on the left once I get up there, because I'd love to stay on it versus this snow, because I don't know what's on the other side. So yeah, this has been a pain to get to the ridge so far. Note to everyone at home, do not go this way. Doesn't make any sense. I've been trying to route find up this thing. It's like class 3, but the rock is just so bad and I don't trust anything. So it's been so slow going. Kind of close to the top, but I think I'm gonna try to go over there. It looks a bit more stable, but I mean, yeah, not great. Oh, God. That sucked. All right, it's pretty spicy. I would definitely not recommend that. Definitely go up and down a different way, and I'll show you which way I go down once I figure that out later. But yeah, just beautiful up here, like perfect weather, almost no wind at all, and nice and cold, so I'm not sweating too bad. From here, you're just gonna keep going up the ridge here over to La Plata Peak, and you'll be able to see the true summit pretty soon. Beautiful view of Ellingwood Ridge of La Plata, and then basically the remaining route right up there. It's nice that up here the snow levels are pretty mellow, so some post-holing, but I'm glad I ditched the snowshoes down before that initial climb. What a backdrop. Unbelievable. Look at this. Just can't stop smiling at these views. It is just so pretty up here today. So I came up here to take in the views, but also scout out my way down, which is not looking very promising at the moment. But what I wanted to show you too is that in the summer, so instead of coming up the ridge here like I've been doing, in the summer basically you're gonna go all the way down over here, switch west, blah, 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 and then go up there. But because of the nature of these slopes and being just super prone to avalanches, this is the ridge here is the recommended safest route for the winter and early spring until really these slopes are clear of all their snow. So from here, I'm gonna skirt around the right side here and then join back up with the ridge over there. You don't wanna stay too low, you don't wanna go too high here. So just kind of find that happy medium in the middle. I believe this is where the summer trail links up, coming up from the switchback. Summit is right there. You might be able to see the trail kind of right along there, and then avoiding this cornice, of course, and hooping up to the summit. We're about 13,000 feet now, so a good climb to go here. So it's a good spot to take a break, judge the weather, etc., etc. Just over 13,000 feet now. See the trail here? You're gonna wrap around the corner. So you're gonna skip this buttress here and go back to the ridge, and then you got about 500-600 feet to go. Looking back that way, so basically the trail kind of like wraps around, but just don't go too high. It's unnecessary. God, I forgot how many false summits La Plata Peak has. Damn. So basically, to put you into perspective, so came up this ridge, kind of went over that side back to here, and then now I'm gonna be aiming right for the ridge to the summit. I'm wiped. Clouds are moving in quick, and just trying to get down before it starts snowing so I can retrace all my steps back to the snowshoes. Fuck. So this is a false summit. If you want to tag the real one, it's right there. Hungry, real hungry. I want like 100 spicy chicken nuggets right now from Wendy's. Or some McDonald's strips. Those are good too. All the healthy stuff, basically. All right. Summit of the Plata Peak. 14,400 and change. Woo! Oh man, not much in the form of views today, but God, it feels good to be up here. Wasn't sure for a little bit if the snow was gonna move in faster. Thank God it didn't. Surprisingly nice wind block here, which is killer. So a couple notes. I'll wrap this one up at the bottom so I can show you how I get down. Having a map and being able to find the trail and like track to an extent other people, super important on this one, because yeah, I mean, even when you got to the summer trail, you were really just having to rely on, you know, your knowledge of what was going on in terms of the terrain. So definitely have a GPS or a map or something if you're coming in the winter. At least in the summer you'll be fine. Gear, I ended up using the micro spikes, the Mountain X a lot, and then I ditched my snowshoes, but absolutely need those too. The wind has been so nice today, honestly, even with this little storm rolling in. So I didn't really need a lot of the wind gear that I have, but good to have it. I didn't put on the buff or anything, or my goggles. To put this, kind of summarize this a bit, this is a good 14er for like kind of more intermediate. If you've done a couple of the easier 14ers and you want to do something else in the winter, La Plata Peaks is a good one. Because there's just not that much avalanche danger if you stay on the trail. There is some cornice danger as well, which is pretty obvious. It's always on these east facing ridge line, but extremely easy to avoid. So yeah, just beautiful day, even though the weather's turning a bit. I really can't complain. Just very happy to be on the summit of this one. If you want to bring your dog, again, I would only recommend this for a super experienced winter dog, not just like, hey, my dog likes to hike. So yeah, great day. You're gonna be coming out of the woods there, and this is like the side that you could potentially come up. As you can see, there's really not a lot of good options. So I came from over there, but I'm gonna see on the way down if I can like go like that. But I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of snow, so the coverage that you really need for it to be good, which is like deep snow, is not there. And so it's just loose snow on loose scree. Good times. So I'm back to about where I came up, and so I came up over there, and I was looking at like these as options down, but I mean, honestly, these look just as bad. There's not a lot of snow holding, it's very steep, and there's just loose dirt everywhere. So I think I'm gonna try my luck with the same way I came and just hope for a slightly better line on the way down. Holy crap. So finally down this, I ended up going like the exact same way. So like there up to there, but good God, that's sketchy. I don't know if there's like a better way around here. I didn't see anything this way, but I'm imagining that's where the better route is. But I think ultimately there's just not enough snow on this right now, and that's why it's so sketchy. This was definitely the sketchiest part of this entire hike, the down climb on this. Oh, good God. I never want to do whatever that again. About 2 miles left in the hike at this point, so I'll probably wrap it up here. This is going to take me about 10 hours once it's all said and done. So again, just keep that in mind for whatever your pace is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like really at a loss for this one, because once you're on the ridge, it's fine and it's great, and there's really no, you know, inherent danger. But I don't know, this thing behind me here, that was really sketchy. So I would just be very, 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 very careful on it. And you know, again, maybe someone has an answer on a better way to go if there's not enough snow. I don't know what it was today, but oh well. Glad to be back down here. I am the only person on La Plata Peak today. Literally no one else here, which is just awesome. And maybe I know why now, because of this stupid scree field. But yeah, I would say this is a moderate to difficult hike. Definitely the elevation gain comes all at once when you're coming up through the woods here, and then gaining this ridge. And then, you know, it's kind of a slow and steady way all the way to La Plata Peak, the true summit. So if you've been here recently, whether it's summer, winter, doesn't matter, leave your trail conditions you had in the pinned comment below. When I'm recording this video, I was knocking on the door of 2,000 subscribers, and just want to say thank you again for all of your support, and really appreciate that. The more support and growth the channel has, the more cool things I can do, and hopefully more frequently I can post. For a full hike review of La Plata Peak in the winter via the North Ridge behind me here, you can go ahead and check the link below. I'll have more information about camping, dog friendly, how to get here, fees, all that fun stuff. Please subscribe not to miss any future hike related content. And as always, see you on the next adventure. Thanks for watching.